Let's talk about it as well. Guys, coming into this game, this was the starting 11. I was close to my starting 11. Kylian Mbappe up top, Vinny Jr., Brahim Diaz, Rodrigo, Modric, Tchouameni, Ferland Mendy, Alaba. I wish Fede Valverde was out there. Rudiger, Lucas Vazquez, Courtois. The midfield was the thing I was most curious about. Brahim Diaz gets to start, Luka Modric, and Tchouameni as well. Not a lot of options. The only other options that we actually had were Camavinga and Arda Güler and like a Chema. Are we going to be seeing Chema? No chance. I'm not that surprised. This midfield, my biggest concern coming into this game, unfortunately, was actually shown in this game too, because it's linking the back four to the front three. That was not happening in this game as well, because in the beginning of this game, we do start off hot in the beginning of the game. It is a fantastic goal, but I will just tell you right now, great run by Kylian Mbappe in this one, passes it to Ferland Mendy, who passes it back to Brahim Diaz, makes a little tap in. But other than that, that's it. That's the only good part about today. There was really no great performance from Real Madrid today. It started raining. Players were playing like shit. It is what it is today for Real Madrid. But when we take a look, I think the stats in this game tell you so much about what happened in this game. Taking a look now at the screen, this is the first half stats. It's 3 shots for Real Madrid with only 1 on target, 1 big chance. And that was the goal. That was the goal in this one too. And you compare it to Real Betis, who had 9 shots with 2 on target, and they get a goal as well. And honestly, it could have been a goal number 2 right away, right before halftime as well. This was a team that was honestly getting absolutely dominated by Real Betis today, which is pathetic to say. They are not a bad team. Real Betis is not a bad team. They're in the Europa Conference or whatever it is. And they do have some good players out there. Shout out to Isco. He was good today. Very good today. My man of the match. Spoiler, I'll let you know right now. He was the man of the match for me today. It's just, this is Real Madrid. This is Real Madrid. I just don't understand what we're doing. What we're doing in this one again. It doesn't get better in the second half. Unfortunately, in the second half, we get lost in transition. Tchouameni gets beat on this one too. Rudiger tries to catch up with them. Unfortunately, fouls him. Isco gets the ball. It's a penalty for Real Betis. Puts in the back of the net. 2-1, and that was game. That was game. Brahim Diaz comes off for Arda Güler. Camavinga comes on for Alaba in this one. A little later, Endrick comes on for Kylian Mbappe. Fran Garcia comes on for Ferland Mendy as well. Unfortunately, that's it. When we take a look at the final stats in total today, does it get a little better in the second half? Not even. Only 9 shots with only 2 on target in this game. That is absolutely pathetic. That is just a pathetic display today, because so many times everybody was bad. We'll talk about individual players here just in a second, but everybody was just piss poor, awful today. I just don't understand what this team, I guess you could be saying they're playing, they're playing without their best players. And I guess this is the thing. I think when we watch Real Madrid, we expect them to win every single game, because here's the thing. They are more talented than every single team they play, except for maybe like 2 or 3 where we are close to even, maybe a little better, maybe a little less, depending on who it is and the day and who's out there for Real Madrid. But every single day, we should be performing at our best. Unfortunately, it seems like if we don't have Jude Bellingham out there or a Fede Valverde, it's over. It's over before it's even started, because we are relying on those players so much. They are the engine to this team. They control everything. Jude Bellingham, he will go unnoticed with what he does. The runs he will make from deep, pulling defenders out, the ball carrying abilities that he has, being able to pass the ball to a Vinny Jr., to create the attack, to start the attack. That's what he does. Fede Valverde is fantastic everywhere. He can be playing center mid, right back. He can be playing right wing, right mid. It doesn't matter. He does everything for this team. Having both of them gone sucks. And not even mentioning Dani Ceballos as well. Dani Ceballos has brought this team back to the level that it was before when we had a Toni Kroos. He is not Toni Kroos by any means, and that's not what I'm saying. But he brings some control, some stability out there, as well as his defensive presence as well. And they're completely gone. And when they are gone, we have a hell of a day, and not in a good way. Not in a good way today for Real Madrid. Again, shout out to Real Betis. They were just a better team today. And this is just making the run for La Liga even harder now. Again, when we take a look at the board right now for the table, 26 games for Real Madrid, 54 points. Barcelona's got a game in hand now. They play tomorrow against Real Sociedad. We will see. Atletico Madrid plays here just in a little bit. We will see what happens there as well. But unfortunately, this La Liga season is slipping away, game after game for Real Madrid. And again, it is just to blame Carlo Ancelotti and Florentino Perez for the lack of depth. And it's the lack of depth of acquiring players, and it's the lack of depth from creating depth. And how do you create depth? You play players in other games. Arda Güler should be playing better He should be. He wasn't great today either, but nobody was good today. So I'm not going to just go out and blame Arda Guler for this one. Kamavinga, same thing for him. I didn't think he was good. Endrick was very poor today as well. But if these players are just coming on for the first time, and you are now saying, what has Endrick played? Like 200 minutes max this year? If that even. You're asking him to come on and win us the game when we're down 2 goals to get the win? That's never going to be happening. Never going to be happening. So there's so many players to blame in this one. Players to blame, coaches to blame, owners to blame in this one as well. And it's honestly just overall a just piss poor effort today by this Real Madrid team, that the expectations for the season are still sky high. But unfortunately, if this is the Real Madrid team that we will be putting out there against Atletico Madrid, do I feel good about UCL? Not even a little. Not even a little. We'll be talking about that a lot more. But guys, let's talk about some of the players. Let me give you some of my thoughts. I'll just tell you right now, I thought everybody was bad. I thought everybody was bad today. But let's start in the back. Thibaut Courtois, he had one good save, one very good save. But other than that, the first goal, I thought he should have saved it. It went right at him. I maybe just deflected a little. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too hard on Courtois. And then the penalty, he did go the right way. He just couldn't get his hand on it. I thought he was fine. I didn't think he was good. But Thibaut Courtois today, like 6.5 for me. I actually thought Ferland Mendy and Lucas Vazquez were not that bad today, but they weren't good either. Ferland Mendy does get the assist in this one. I thought he was okay overall. I thought he held Antony in check decently today. I'll go a 6.9 for him today. 6.9. David Alaba is bad. Why he was even starting is questionable. He honestly, guys, he should have got a red card in this one. I don't know what a penalty is anymore. I really don't, because I do think that the one that Isco scored was a penalty. But there was a chance in this game too where Tchouaméni fouled, I don't know who it was for Real Betis. That looked like a penalty to me. They didn't give it. I honestly, I don't know what a penalty is anymore. I try to be as unbiased as I possibly can when it comes to this. This game honestly could have been 3-1 Real Betis. They had a couple different chances in this one too. Maybe even a penalty, maybe even a red card on the David Alaba challenge in this one. But David Alaba was piss poor. I mean, why he's starting over Raul Asensio. If he starts over Raul Asensio in the Champions League, we have other issues. We have other issues to be talking about. But I understand he's just getting back now from that horrible ACL injury, from the other injury that he picked up too. But he was just terrible today. So many passes were just horrible. I understand he was 90% passing. But the 3 long ball, like, it doesn't matter if you're 90% passing if you're just